Okay. We'll see how this goes for a second. See how well this maintains, and then I'll hop back onto the call in a second. But I guess we will just continue this for just a moment. Really, I should be doing this here just so that I can... I'm having troubles figuring out how to, like, do the cloak. Well, the arm, I guess. The shoulder. Yeah, that's what we're going to call it. So we're going to cheat, you know, as all good artists do, right? We're going to cheat. Amazing. There, am I here?
Welcome
am I
back.
stable? For the moment?
Hello.
Yes.
He's been attempts to stream.
Yeah, facts. Look, it's a struggle sometimes.
Yes, I mean it's in the name. You prepared for this. You're such a thoughtful, thoughtful.
I like to
preparing
give
for
people the
everything.
heads up, right? So that's why attempts is in the name of everything. I'm not a professional.
Oh, okay, it's live. Cool.
Okay. Good. Everything's working. There's a reason behind the name. Yes, Michael. Of course there's a reason behind the name. Why wouldn't there be?
He's self-aware, allegedly.
I'm self-aware of a lot of things. That just doesn't mean I'll fix it.
You know what? Relatable.
It is what it is.
God, there's gonna be some fun stuff later.
Oh God.
Because we're gonna learn some new facts.
Learn some facts about what?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Who are you? How have you been talking to?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's fine. That's fine.
It is fine. Look, I will show the current conversation to Sulky and Ian only.
Fucking.
Oh, excellent.
And they'll understand why I'm saving this.
Okay.
Until you've had at least one Coke, sir. If you don't have Coke, that's fine. We'll just wait until it's later, and it'll be like a Coke. It'll be less. Thank God.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm so ready. I mean, I'm not quite ready for tonight. I'm still normal.
Is this
But
the
we'll get
first
there?
woman I've drawn on stream?
I think it is.
Oh, God. You know what? Josh, you open a Coke, and that's the first thing you say out of your mouth. I think you drinking Cokes live on stream is always a good time.
That's a genuine question. I don't know.
I really don't think you have.
Amazing.
You ever
First
draw
for
our
everything.
Tommy though?
No, I don't think you have drawn anything.
I did, but maybe not.
Draw who?
Our Tommy.
Awesome.
No, I've only drawn like Cole and Sid. Or Side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Side and how do you fuck up Cole? I don't know.
Cologne.
I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
The same way that you do Cyrus and Sirius in the same question, the same sentence.
The same word. I don't know.
Oh my god.
It's fine. Oh my god. And Michael, please tell me you aren't a degenerate that plays Cosmos. Please. I don't need any more Cosmo players like in my life.
We should all become
There's
Cosmo
too
players.
many. I can only see someone resolve emergency teleport so many times during a game.
Is it an annoying deck all round, or just for you specifically?
Kind of just for everyone, because it's just kind of it's weird because the deck isn't good, right? And yet it's like the bane of like a lot of people's existence. It's just like, oh god, it's Cosmos. What is this? 2015.
Okay.
It's one of those decks in which every single card in the deck is good. Like, there's not a single dead card in the entire deck. Like, you draw anything and you're fine. But the deck is terrible. Because, like, in Yu-Gi-Oh!, just making it so all of your cards are good doesn't mean the deck is competitive. Because that's how fast, that's how far the power creep has gone. But...
Okay.
It's just kind of like one of those annoying decks, because it, like, has infinite consistency. It can recycle everything. It floats, so you can't actually remove their board, ever. And it's just...
Floats?
Float just means cards replace themselves.
Okay, got it.
It's like, oh, like, did you destroy my card? I get to search another copy of it. So they float. Like,
Right, okay.
they can kill you out of nowhere with, like, a one-card combo. It's just like, oh, god. What can't this deck do besides win at a regional level? Yeah, see, they'll never be viable.
But they will be annoying, so who wins?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
kind of one of those, like, oh, it's so annoying. It is what it is.
No one is having a good time.
Pretty much. It's one of those kind of things. It's just like, oh my god, you're playing Cosmos. What are you gonna do? Summon Tin Can and pass? And then they do exactly that. And you're like, oh, fucking... Because, of course, the, Oh, what's he called in The Wizard of Oz? The Tin Man?
Yeah, Tim.
He's R2-D2.
Incredible.
Okay.
And, like, the Cowardly Lion is Chewbacca. There's no Han Solo. That one's the weird one. But, like, you have, like, the Wicked Witch of the West is, Darth Vader.
Perfect. Who's the good witch?
Yeah.
Now, who's the good witch?
There isn't a card for that. Weirdly enough. Wait, no, there is, but, like, I don't know it because no one plays it.
Oh.
It's kind of one of those things where just sometimes I forget. Oh, it's Yoda? Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, Cosmo, like, Strawman is a weird design. That one's an odd design. I don't know where they got that one from. It's obviously, like, C-3PO and, you know, the Scarecrow, but, like, you look at the artwork for it and you're like, huh, okay, sure. I'm not seeing
Okay.
it, but you're... you do
Serving
you.
it now.
And one of the other witches is Maul for some reason, because I guess, like, they're like, oh, we have to put Maul in here, even though this is the original trilogy. We have to put in Maul somehow.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
I don't understand how that one works. But it is what it is. How's everyone's night going?
So,
Did everyone
possible.
else lie in
Okay.
bed for 3 hours doing nothing?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
I did.
relaxing.
I mean-
so, like...
I mean, it depends on what you define as nothing. If you were like just staring up at nothing or closing your eyes but not sleeping, but also just like, yeah, then no. But if you're like watching like YouTube videos that you're supposed to play in the background because nobody should be paying attention to them like fully. Like ProZD eating food. Like, yeah, I was doing nothing.
I mean, yeah, that's how I classify it. Yeah, I've been on my phone watching TikToks for 2 hours.
Okay. Okay.
That kind of thing.
TikToks.
Hello, Han. Welcome.
Oh, hello.
Do you ever watch the TikToks I post, Josh?
I don't click all of them. I'm sorry, but I will
I think
occasionally
you have
click them.
commented on one before,
And
so.
I'm usually like really the bread one confused me.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
bread.
Or just a bread on
That's
a
all it is.
string and like a song is playing and I'm like I don't
Yeah,
understand.
bread. You like
I don't-
bread.
I do like bread, but I don't understand.
You don't have to. There is nothing to understand. This is bread.
Tyson, Josh was supposed to wait 3 days before coming back, but instead he got bored and just came back 5 minutes later.
Oh, facts. Isn't that how all of this usually works?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Remember when I had actual days for streaming? I don't.
Yeah, but
Every Monday
Yeah, but-
to Thursday.
it was you did Wednesday and Friday, yeah, but now you're doing it literally every single, like, Monday through Thursday, and then sometimes the weekends, and you're just like, I don't know, maybe every day?
Why not?
I know. So, like, remember when I
They are a
had
lot of
set
fun to
times,
watch.
which meant that was like, if I'm gonna miss like a day, then there just won't be a day with streaming. So you're streaming like 10 times more. You're doing so much more by not having a set schedule than when you had a set schedule that you still didn't even follow, but you just had it in your bio.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's consistency. That's what I'm here for.
Yes, it's
You are a
something.
consistent person.
That's in half of that. Yes.
Hey, the first line of my Twitter bio has been the same for like 6 years. That's consistency.
Yeah.
You wanna
And
jump
your
into the
Tumblr
future?
is
Yeah.
still an image. Oh, I mean, no, we'll keep that a secret. We'll leave the audience to guess.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do you still want to jump into the future?
It's Dive.
It's Dive.
Dive, oh.
Sure. Yeah.
What's the
Wow,
concept?
Selkie
Why
got
is it
so
Dive?
angry.
Why is it Dive? Well, you
Yeah.
see, that is a lyric from the opening of Digimon Universe Apple Monster.
Okay.
Which we all know, of course. We all know.
Yup.
Don't know what that
How could
is.
you not? How could you not? Honestly.
Look, it's fine. Digimon fans will know, right, Digimon fans. You've all watched Outlawn, right?
Wherever they are out there.
Is that
Uh,
like another
you watch
product
it, right?
meant to compete with Digimon and Pokemon? Is there a third one now?
There.
The names are too similar but different, so the branding doesn't work for me. Are they even? This is like the Wii U. Atmon sounds like the Wii U of Digimon.
They have never said why they called it like Digimon Universe Apple Monster. Bandai just has never like come out and said why they advertised the series like that. There's
Mhm.
only rumors, and the rumors are
Okay.
few and far between. So
Okay. I mean, they probably just thought it worked with what they were going for.
the main rumor is that they didn't want brand confusion with the OVAs that were coming out at the time.
But like, they didn't want. From what I've heard, Atmom's pretty good. Like compared to like a lot of modern Digimon.
Well, everything
It
with
was more
adventure in the name
child-focused, right?
is like the is the issue. Is like anything with like
Okay.
adventure in the name of like the past decade is pretty bad.
Okay.
Everything else is pretty great.
Adventure's like the nostalgia.
It's the Kanto, if you will.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, but like this was if it was the OVAs, the OVAs were based around that, right?
Yeah, they were the tri-OVAs.
Yeah. So you wouldn't want, they're like, what's this? I thought Digimon, like, if they're trying to bring back that, it would confuse all of these old fans who are like, no,
yeah,
this
so
is
the idea
Digimon
was
for
like
me.
Atmon would be for children, and because they wouldn't care about the name thing, and then the OVAs would be to get like the older audiences like attention.
It's always like it's almost always a bad choice to be like, this children's show, let's make it for adults, because you're gonna lose every audience if you do that, almost universally. I'm sure there are exceptions, but it just seems like every single time they're like, oh, and now we can do more adult things, and it's like, yeah,
Well,
but that wasn't the appeal.
That definitely wasn't the motivation. It was just, oh, older fans only care if it has the adventure cast. So
yeah, but like, I don't know. There was a lot of weird stuff with Try.
Yeah, there was also the odd release format where it was like, it was originally supposed to be like a 26 episode TV series, and then they turned it into a 6-episode OVA series, but it was in the mid 2010s. So, and they were really scared of piracy. So they then released the OVAs in theaters for a short amount of time and then re-advertised them as films and didn't change the budgets. So they look like shit for movies.
Wonderful.
That's a choice.
And it was just, it was one of the worst projects of recent memory for Digimon. But like, people ate it up. It sold really well, and people who remember Digimon like those OVAs.
Oh. What does OVA mean?
Original video animation. It's a direct-to-video like project, essentially, like a straight-to-DVD thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the same negative connotations it does here.
Yeah, OVA actually is like considered good in Japan.
Yeah,
like, if it's an OVA, it's like ooh. At least back in the 80s and 90s. Once you hit the 2000s, that goes right into the shitter. But
yeah. 80s and 90s OVAs usually featured like really interesting animation. Well, they would try to. Sometimes it didn't fully get there, but they would usually at least be like an attempt.
Man, the 80s was like the best time for animation in Japan. Like we'll never get there again. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Josh, you don't know that. You're not watching every single first episode from every single new series anymore.
Oh, I don't need to anymore.
Come on. How long ago was
that?
that?
You never know.
How long did you do it?
I haven't done that in about like 2 years. I tried to do it at the beginning of COVID. Like, I think the beginning of COVID was like the last time I did it, and it was like, wow, this got really bad really quick. Because like all of those productions crashed and burned before they started airing because of COVID, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yep.
And it hasn't gotten better, so. Because I occasionally will like look at a bunch of first episodes, not like everything within the season anymore, but I'll glance around and go like, oh my god, why is it still awful? Like, why? Have we not figured out how to like maintain a strong like production post-COVID yet? We've been in this for like 3 years, it feels like. So Come on, guys.
Any day now. Any day.
And any day. Okay. In fact, the industry's smaller, and they keep trying to like increase the number of shows airing, which means less staff members total, which means most of those shows are going to be garbage.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, Vanny. What's up?
Whoa, hello. Are we gamers?
Yes, we are
Pro gamers.
Are
Critically,
we the
we
most
are gamers.
oppressed group of all gamers?
Oh, you don't even know. So part of like when I got that special request, I did ask a question because I had to know if this was part of it, and I did find out that like gaming. This request, yes, I do know now that I can say that this request will feature a gamer.
Oh my god.
It's not in the text directly, but indeed, it is not just something you can infer. It is canon.
Oh dear.
It's the best of both worlds.
It really is. I'm so excited for all the new lore.
Okay. Okay.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
It's fine, it's
I
fine.
worry
It's
every day.
fine. Josh,
It'll
you
be
do.
fine.
At least I'm not having them tag you.
What the fuck?
Yes. Yet.
Well, because I know how you get scared sometimes when that happens.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. That's fine.
I mean, just today you were getting notifications for that one thing, and you're like, "Oh, it's so annoying." Stop.
Well, it's weird when I like click over to Twitter and I'll see like 20 notifications. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Like,
Well, okay, Josh, do you get recommendations by like Twitter about things you haven't seen yet, where it's like, hey, you might like this post by this other person you follow?
I don't get notifications for that. That just ends up on my dash.
Okay, because I was gonna say
So notifications are only like things that I've been like when people like my stuff or if I get tagged and stuff.
Okay, I get a mixture of things. I was gonna say it would be on brand for you if you were annoyed because you couldn't see recommendations of like Yu-Gi-Oh shit, or you being like, I just want to go on Twitter and rant about something that like 3 people are gonna like, and one of them might know what I'm talking about.
That's gonna
And this
you know
this
what?
amount of
That's
people
gonna be
confuses me.
every Monday from now on. Like, I hope you know.
Great. That's wonderful.
Now that Vanguard is airing again.
Oh, that's exciting. Maybe now that I know specifically from you talking about it and Sulky asking questions, and how like you kind of need to know the rules to fully get the show, should I just watch this new season without context? Should I just go right in?
The thing is that the new season's really bad, and so they switched studios for the current rotation for the anime.
Oh, okay.
And
okay. So it's a Legend
they
of Korra
straight up
thing.
are embarrassed that they're working on a card game anime.
Oh.
So they like
I
barely
love
show
that.
card games anymore. They try to like take it out as much as possible. They don't show the card fights anymore. Like
That sounds
terrible.
really
They
great.
just use guns instead.
it's
all in my
weird.
head, isn't it,
It's like they don't even like show the board anymore for the card game. Like they'll usually just cut to like imagination footage or like the units fighting for like 2 seconds and then show that the fight's over.
Great.
Like they are actually embarrassed that like this team has to work on like a card game anime.
So what you're saying is this is like Vanguard novice friendly
Yeah.
because it's accessible now.
They So
Yeah,
they
there's
wanted
no
to
context.
Imagine-
they wanted to skew Vanguard to a slightly older audience, and by that I mean teenagers. And so
So
they
they decided to
cut
remove-
out the card games
They
because they
removed
were
the
like,
card game from the card game.
yeah. So now it just is a normal like seasonal anime.
Amazing.
In both
Great.
tone, how it looks, like pretty much
Is that gonna
everything I
sell
liked about it is gone, but I'm still watching because it's like, well, I've been watching this for like several years.
Just
Like,
you
is-
love
Is
having
that gonna
something
sell
to yell
cards?
about.
Is it gonna sell cards?
So the
Yeah.
character designs are by Clamp,
Okay.
which means all of the character merch has been selling better than ever.
Oh, excellent.
And Clamp will actually do alternate art cards for the sets, and those sell a lot.
Oh, I can see that.
Because they're like $200 each.
So the show's gonna be better than ever. Or-
Yeah, you're gonna even more popular.
the reception of the show.
It's a real Persona 5 moment.
We had that. It was called G-Era. And you know, a lot of the same shit happened there, where the beginning of G-Era was really afraid of being a card game anime, and everyone hated it. Until they were like, hey, we'll bring back card games, and suddenly everyone liked G again.
That's great.
And they haven't done that for Overdress yet. For D-Era, as they like to call
Well,
it.
maybe they're just copying what worked before. They're like, we got to make people hate us to make them love us, to make them appreciate us.
Well, the anime
They gotta know what
the
makes-
current anime does do well, mainly because of the really strong marketing that the series has always had. They always get like the biggest names to do voice acting for every installment. They always get like the latest big bands to do the opening and ending things. They get artists who are really big in the industry. Vanguard does a lot to make sure the marketing push is always good, which is impressive from that angle. There we go. Okay. Is a little... It flies? No, yeah, they did get a wrestler to cameo in an episode. That was weird. Because for some
What?
reason...
Like a real life?
Yeah, so Bushiroad, the company that owns Vanguard, also owns New Japan Wrestling. So they had one of their like prominent modern wrestlers show up in an episode of Vanguard just to promote both.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Pretty hot.
I suppose,
He's all right.
I suppose so much as like Kiss doing Scooby Doo. So
Yeah, like it's good marketing. Like,
Hmm.
it's like how Bushiroad now owns like a record place. It's not really a record place. They own like a company that produces a shit ton of music. Bang Dream, if you've heard of that. It's a whole
I
thing.
have not, but
It's a whole
continue.
thing. So they have them do all their music for their shows now, so that they can like make sure that everything under their umbrella advertises each other.
Okay, wow, they have a monopoly now.
Well, it's not really a monopoly because they don't own everything, but they just have a lot of different industries that they have like a thing for. So
Nice.
Why does Walmart close at 9 p.m.? That's so bullshit.
oh my god, yeah. The Walmart that I
Yeah,
used
dude.
to like always take a piss at because like it happened to be like in the middle of my hour-long drive between like towns when visiting friends. They now close at like 9, and I'm like, fuck. Like I can only I usually leave like my friends' places like at midnight or later, so now I can't go there
Oh.
as like a restroom break.
I
Tragic.
want to take a Baja Blast drive. I'm gonna go get some more because I'm out. But like, I know Walmart always
I
has.
have like an entire case. I haven't had one of them yet. Remember that picture from like a month ago?
Oh yeah.
Oh, with the
Yeah,
cactus.
Yeah.
I got like the 3.
Yeah.
I got like the
Oh, jeez.
they have like extra flavors. There was the the pineapple
Apollo.
one, and then like a mango one. The mango one kind of sucked. Pineapple wasn't terrible. It was okay. Regular's the best.
Nice.
Nepalis nectar. Nepalis.
But I am gonna go to Meyer, see if they have any. So I will be back. It'll be quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Good luck, Ian. I wish you I don't know.
Safe
That's
travels.
the best I can offer.
Yeah, just wish me.
I wish you I don't know is more than I can.
Be safe. Godspeed.
I have changed clothes from like 3 minutes ago to now, so we're already getting ready for later.
Good.
Change clothes for
I was still in my work clothes.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
You gotta get comfy.
a shower.
Like okay.
I will. But like,
There's more important things.
you know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tyson, if you're still here, I was thinking like I'm gonna have to like get out my like graphic design shit again for this. But hey, I haven't used that shit in like fucking years, so that's okay. I was thinking of having it the image I'm doing,
Ooh.
have that place that about here on the design, and then have break up the image kind of like this. And have Tyranno Legend over here with his like with his Gatling guns, right? Because that's normal for like a dinosaur, right? Yeah. Or Gatling guns strapped to his
absolutely, yeah.
back.
We'd love to see it.
Oh, this is okay. Very mushroom shaped so far.
And then have like Dark Destroyer over here doing his pew pews. And yeah, and baby Tyranno and Farm Girl over here.
Gladius?
And
Gladius.
have like the Tachikaze logo in the corner over here, and like the Eye of Anubis over here. And that's kind of what I was thinking for like a layout.
All of these are literally dicks. All of these are literally dicks.
Well, I'm
Gainus is
sorry.
going.
No, that's good. It's real combustion energy here tonight.
Terrible.
Hang on.
Terrible.
What was the girl called again? Dorothy?
Her name is
What was
Cosmo Farm Girl.
it? Thank you.
But yeah, I was thinking that if like I continue working on this and actually turn it into like a playmat layout design. Just so that it's readable and things. This would not be done overnight. This
Yeah.
Not with that attitude, no.
I mean,
Well, no, because
I am way too lazy.
No, please don't overwork yourself. I'm sorry.
I mean, I
It's
guess I
not
could just I guess I could just not like record Minotaur Hotel.
I think like
But-
he has to put consideration into like placement and everything compared to like there's gonna be design aspects he has to consider like outside of the art itself, which you're not gonna have with like drawings or sketches normally for these art streams. You're not gonna think about the physical world impact, the real world impact. So yeah, it takes a bit longer, but I don't know. He like sleeps cards, so maybe it would. Maybe he just knows intrinsically. But can he trust his inner voice as
Yes.
an artist? Okay.
Good. Love the confidence. Keep it up.
I mean, as an artist, it would just be like, just stop drawing. But
Oh, God.
what
That's
are you doing?
fair.
You're wasting your time.
But not ours.
Which
and
is,
that's the important thing.
You know what? That's very true.
I'm looking at the Wicked Witch card, and you are not kidding. That is just mole.
Wait, what?
No, you look at all of them, and it's like, oh, it's just the the cast of like Wizard of
Star
Oz,
Wars.
but cosplaying
Yeah, with a
Star
two-sided
Wars
lightsaber and everything. Like, she's just there with a two-sided lightsaber.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is
that's pretty
fine, I mean,
inspired.
yeah.
That's pretty inspired.
It is. I will say it's quite the combination.
So this is a Vanguard thing?
No, it's the Cosmo stuff for this drawing is Yu-Gi-Oh, and the rest is the dinosaurs are Vanguard because he plays Tachikaze.
Oh, Okay, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Mixed with Vanguard.
Yeah, it's there's two main decks for both card games.
Okay. So that's what I now understand his comment when you were like, "Stop pussyfooting around, Tyson. Just ask me." And I thought you had done like a very different thing where you're like, "I'm not going to give you that, but I'll give you this." But you actually did just give him that.
I mean, I didn't see his second comment until like way later, of like, oh, like farm girl riding a dinosaur. I didn't see that comment till way
Riding?
later.
That's fine.
Because otherwise, I probably would have thought about doing that because that sounds hysterical. But
Another time.
It's always next time.
Maybe
the archetype is
Tyson
pretty
will
cool.
join us.
It's like cool if it didn't have one of the most annoying resource loops. It's like, God, as soon as they get the field spell, I'm like, fuck off. You don't need that much draw and recycle. Like, and if you do,
Also,
then
back up.
I should be able to get that in Phantasm Spiral.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, pay. If you can get it, I want it too.
Well, it's that like every deck
Yeah.
has it, except for the one deck that I invested in playing for years.
The one you use to silence other people from even playing?
Yeah. It's not even a
Which
good
psychological
control
touch
deck.
deck?
Like,
It's just.
if I was playing Eldritch, I would agree with you.
Take your
But,
pick of the psychological abuse one.
unfortunately, I refuse to play Eldritch because I'm not
Oh.
that much of a degenerate.
I guess because I don't know what you're talking about, I have to concede.
Because that's a control deck
Oh
that
my
even
gosh.
I won't like oppress
Gosh.
on other people.
Josh.
What?
Christ. Too much.
Saying even I'm not that much of a degenerate is degenerate talk. Like, that's... you can't even
Not
admit
in the
it.
world of
You
Yu-Gi-Oh!
can't even admit it.
I'm as much of a degenerate to play Summon Limit. I'll do that because like that's just funny.
What was it, Eldritch?
It's funny
It's
until
like
you read it.
mega meta? Like the most meta control?
No, so Eldritch is just like instead of like supporting old control decks, they made Eldritch and then only supported that as the only viable control deck for about like 2 years. And it is just the most boring control deck to actually play because you're not doing anything. It's actually
like
like
a
the most
challenge.
boring control strategy I've ever touched in my life, and I'm like, I'm not playing this. Like, it is so boring to play.
It's no fun if you can't be creative.
Oh yeah, that is the alt art for Eldritch. That's yeah, that's probably the sussiest artwork for him. That's for sure. And Sky Strikers took the gold. Sky Strikers is
That's
also a
good.
really fucking boring control deck, and I hesitate to call it a control deck. It's more like a tempo strategy. But
Yeah. I love that pose. Like the Eldritch Golden Law guy.
yeah, he's
a good
a
pose.
guy. He's whatever.
Unfortunately, my phone is still charging, so I can't really
Amazing.
fully give him.
You cannot
Okay.
say sussy, Josh. Okay, Ian, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Thank you.
Lurking in.
Altergeist. Okay. So I loved playing Altergeist, Michael. That deck was so much fun to play. Was never actually good though, despite how much like the Altergeist community tries to say it was good. It never was. Part of it is that we just wouldn't get half the support in time. Like every time the deck was good in Japan, we just wouldn't get the cards in time. So that kind of sucks.
Just don't worry about the meta. You're fine.
You have to worry about that when you're actually playing.
Wow, I
No,
can't believe
Ian,
you just
no.
dismissed so many people as just fake gamers.
I mean, it's just Yu-Gi-Oh, so like it is what it is. You'll just get clapped by
Call them all out.
strikers in that format. Like if you were playing Altergeist back when Altergeists were actually people considered them meta, they still kind of lost to all of the meta decks. Very unfortunate. They did have an out to Colossus in that format, though. That was kind of fun. You just use Marionetter, because Marionetter didn't search, it placed. And that was fun. Poor Multifaker, yeah, damn. Multifaker should never have been hit. Like, that deck was barely meta, and then they still hit it on the ban list. Like, tragic. Like, Multifaker, like, Imperm into Multifaker was, like, the best combo that deck had. And it's just like, oh, Multifaker's at 1. We can play Sangan and link into Almirage and search it. Like, oh, oof. If that's what your guys are doing, that's unfortunate.
I should really just start opening up wikis just to keep this information on hand so I know what you're talking about. Like the moment you mentioned Vanguard, I opened up the Vanguard wiki so I can Google these things a mile a minute.
Oh god, that was... Yeah, Michael, when people were unironically playing Sangan just to search their one of Multifaker, that was rough. Like, I felt so bad for people playing at the competitive level with Altergeist in that format. I was still playing Phantasm Spiral at the time because I refused to change. I will play my one Yu-Gi-Oh deck I bought, and I will only play that. They only have Mango Baja. Oh. Fuck Geist players. No, the Altergeist players are really funny. Remember that time they tried to cancel a Yugi tuber for no reason? That shit was hysterical. Like, that'll live on forever. Like, that community was so upset that a prominent, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber uploaded a bad, like, deck profile. And they were trying to, like, get him deplatformed. It shit was so funny.
Oh my god.
Just because it's like, no, he's misrepresenting our deck.
For shame on him. How could he?
Like, oh no. No, the Ghost Trick community... See... Tyson, the problem with that is there is no Ghost Trick community. So that one doesn't count.
Oh my gosh.
So
there are Ghost
I
Trick
was only
collectors. Because those cards are fucking
Oh.
cute. Like, oh my god.
Okay, we're still talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, never mind.
they are indeed. Oh, they are cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, Ghost Trick's fucking adorable. Unplayable garbage.
I
Like,
love them. As long as they look cute, I don't give a fuck.
yeah, no, like, I'll collect them. Fuck it. Like, they're adorable. I love how if you look at the trap card lineup, like, Ghost Trick, I think Yeti gets cucked in one of the trap cards. It's really funny. I don't remember which trap card it is, though. No, don't look up S-Force. Oh my god, Tyson, that deck is so bad. You know that deck is bad.
Ooh, okay. I'll look it up. Love a good queen.
Oh no, we have a searchable compulse. That's it.
Fame.
So that one is a more playable ghost trick, that's for sure. Kryzen Naturia. Look, Michael, Naturia will forever have Naturia beasts, so you can't complain. Granted, Naturia can't summon it, which is hysterical, but they do have it.
Hang on, this S-Force queen, is she called Platina?
Yeah. She's the
Absolutely.
macrocosmos,
She's
right?
a queen.
Ian.
I don't know.
It's fine. I guess you have to buy Pepsi, Ian. Like, that just is what it is.
Oh, you dare!
Well, it's right there in the shot.
We do not look at it.
What's wrong with Pepsi?
No, I'm just. I mean, it's the worst.
Wow.
I don't
Vile.
know.
I think of everything there, the worst thing is the most obvious thing. It's
Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot. Let's
Flamin'
go.
Hot. That Ian somehow just is like, it's Mountain Dew, it'll be good. No, Ian, go to a different store.
Oh, this poor little guy. Go to a different store. No. He's gonna do it.
We believe in you, Ian.
I'm sorry, Michael. The first archetype I built when I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Was Speedroids. Which I guess are playable. I guess Speedroids are, like, just playable. It still feels bad when I refuse to buy Baron de Fleur. That's not happening. I don't have $100 to spend on a single Omni Negate. Like, that's not going to happen.
What am I googling here?
I don't know. Baron de Fleur? I don't remember if that's the Japanese or English name, because I think it got changed. But, Speedroids are very fun. That is true. You sit there and throw all of your, like, Japanese toys onto the table, and your opponent doesn't know what to negate because they just keep going. Like, negate my yo-yo, I dare you. Negate my tops, I dare you. Negate my slingshot.
I was just watching ProZD's card game skit, and it's just like, anytime you talk about you specifically playing, now I'm gonna see that clip. Because it just sounds exactly like you. And it's I don't know how I feel about that.
Cool.
I mean, like, all Yu-Gi-Oh! Skits are pretty, like, universal, I find. Like, you have, like, Team APS, which does, like, a bunch of, like, pretty fun skits based on Yu-Gi-Oh! But
This one, he was sponsored by Magic, so you can tell it's, like, clearly, Magic.
So was he making fun of
They got it
lawsuits? Or the fact that he couldn't draw lands? Or drew too many lands?
There were definitely lands as part of it.
Because I think that's still, like, the main thing. That,
Okay, Michael. Okay.
it's one of the main reasons why I could never get into Magic, because I just hated, like, the flow of that game.
Like that, the general, like, the way this video goes is like, when we watched you play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, I should not click that link. Whoops, I almost clicked it, but And then I remembered I'm streaming.
You can turn off desktop audio. It's like a minute and a half. No, it's a minute or so. But you don't have to watch it now either. It just, when I see it, now that I've seen it, I was just like, oh god.
Oh, it's a blue card? Oh yeah, I know how that's... I know what blue does in Magic. The one time I tried to play Magic, I was playing, like, blue-black. That was a little fun.
Michael, Sulky definitely knows about For Hire, because of, not because of what you might think, but because of a certain other person who may or may not be here right now. A certain, and if he is here, there's like a 50 to 80% chance he is asleep, Cody. But yes, we do know about it. It is pretty good. Michael, don't listen to Tyson.
Little baby Tyranno. He's coming along, I think.
Who's your bubba?
Where am I supposed to go to get Baja? Where?
So
Oh,
any
go
okay,
to a
so,
a Taco Bell and just order 5.
No. Do you have just like a normal grocery store?
That's where I was just at.
I thought you were at Walmart.
Closed. They're closed.
Oh.
Closed an hour ago. Fucking Meijer.
Well,
I don't think Kroger's would have it. They never have it.
No, check Kroger's because our local stores didn't used to have them, and this year they do.
We're so far away. Where is it?
Well, then don't go and just
No, they're
get
closed.
Pepsi.
Fuck me. This is
I mean,
Just
eating my
get
freezer's gonna have
Pepsi.
to die then. Like,
I
that
already
Baja
got
actually can't survive.
What about Jewel Osco? Nope, it's closed. Cool. How
Why
are
is
people
everything
supposed to
closed
live
nowadays? Like, why is it like this?
Fucking ridiculous. I don't care if there's one employee. Just leave it open.
What?
Target. No,
Look-
Target for sure closed. Yep.
Oh damn.
What? Can you not go on Yelp and be like grocery stores?
Oh,
I don't
have a
know
good
if
night,
Yelp would
Maestro.
show that.
I want
Later,
Google
Maestro.
Maps.
I mean, Google Maps would work too.
Shit's close, man.
What
Aldi?
musical did you see?
Aldi when they're closed.
God, I'm seeing so many commercials for Aldi's God on YouTube now that I don't have my premium account because I don't have a debit card anymore. And I will just say this: I'd never heard of that until I saw those. It's kind of like Sonic, the fast food chain. I just saw so many commercials for them as a kid, and there wasn't one within 800 miles of where I lived.
All these fucking suck anyway. Don't
Christ.
go there. They're terrible. I mean, they're like
What?
kinda cheap, but all these fucking suck. You're talking about all these, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't like them. They're fucking
Like the
bad.
grocery store?
Yeah.
Which is because I'm getting ads for it, but there's none in my region.
Yeah, I'm going to
And
Highland. It closes at 11.
I believe in you.
Don't worry. I'll stay on mic in the car. For sounds
Oh,
like it is.
yes.
That's fine. I'll honor
No, that's
you,
great.
and yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for honoring my past adventures. I'm retired now, or at least I'm in waiting for the next last great heist. I'm sure it will happen. I'm sure it will evolve even in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Will it?
I have
It's usually-
too, Luffy.
I believe it. Manifesting. We do been manifesting.
It's usually
I've
it's
been
just like
seeing-
a stationary. Maybe we'll get more driving car streams.
Well, no, it's going to be stationary, but it'll be different. From what I imagine, but I wouldn't expect it anytime soon.
Okay.
Certain things need to evolve.
Are you gonna evolve your car?
No. My car has already been evolved. It has Tyson and Dave keychains above Marsh. It's great.
Oh,
Bark, bark, bark.
Hello there, Ian.
There we go. Is my audio shitty?
No, we can hear you well.
I'm gonna say I have no context, but I'm just gonna assume it's better than whatever mine was when I was in the car.
Right, fuck it.
I don't have Geico, but I've been seeing ads for them. Yes. I think my favorite YouTube ad that I've been seeing recently is just like a Dodge Ram one. They haven't been playing it as much anymore, but it was just this like guy being like, "If you've waken up today, you deserve the day. This day is yours to take." And it's just this guy, this older man, and it's like, it sounds like Alec Baldwin doing a Trump impression with like country music in the background. And there's like a single, in this 15-second ad, there's a single shot of like two women in a truck being like, "Hey, it's for you too." And then it goes straight back to the men, or just to that one guy. It's extremely funny. It's just like, oh shit, we forgot this. Here you go. But then it moves on immediately. It's great. I love it every single time.
Incredible.
You know, I always just use like ad blocker when I watch on YouTube, but with the amount Josh uploads, I got YouTube Premium so I could watch it like at work and shit.
oh,
wait.
amazing.
Oh, right, because if you're gonna turn your phone off, you need YouTube Premium.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
can't close your
Josh
phone.
doesn't have
could, like,
ads.
You can leave the screen open, but it drains your fucking battery. So
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I do miss that aspect as well. There's a lot of things where I'm like, I really need to get this sorted out so that I can have things again.
And you can listen to like video game soundtracks that are on like Spotify and shit. Which is very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, facts though.
Shadow of the Colossus used to be on Spotify, but then it like got region locked. I couldn't listen to it anymore.
Michael, when you say there's like 5 different ways to interpret missionaries, I'm curious which one. I'm assuming it's like the like, please like join us and travel the world and help people. But I'm also thinking, is it like the actual missions? And this is very specific to me because in California, especially Southern California, there's like a bunch of like missions that the Spanish built, which my family built. So I'm just like, missions? Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, conversions. Okay, yeah. Good.
Oh. Man, we're actually just going on adventures, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's fun.
My phone is blocking my speedometer, but it's fine.
Oh, he's
Please
like,
don't do that. Oh my god.
I'm fine. No,
it's fine. Like, we get a close up every once in a while. We might see his nails. A little surprise pop of color in the dark. Oh yeah, we can't see that at all. But that's hilarious. Yeah. I love it. But we know the color is there, and that's what matters.
We still can't see it.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. I'll go in with you guys, but I'm not gonna have the video on.
Okay.
Gosh. Why not? Just be like, film yourself looking for Baja Blast. Just be like, no, this is live on YouTube.
Full-on vlog.
The audio version. I love that there's a YouTube video with basically an audio podcast of a video recording going on right now. Like, there's layers here.
Always.
Quality.
I mean, that's why people watch these, right?
Yes, they
The art streams specifically.
It's funny. I haven't had.
No, you don't.
No,
you don't watch the art streams. You listen to the art streams.
I don't. I experience them, and I don't know what it is to just like watch them without knowing. And I'm kind of terrified.
Oh, Oh,
What?
God.
You and
It's fine.
he died.
I'm still here. I'll
Oh,
be on mic. I'm just not putting the
Okay.
camera on.
Okay.
I feel weird doing that.
Okay, all right.
I already feel weird talking on the phone in public. I feel like people are looking at me.
I mean,
Even though
they,
there's,
they
like-
will be.
Oh,
There are
Michael.
people who vlog out in the open, Ian.
That's weird. I've never seen that in public. But
Just
there's
do
like
that.
10 cars here
have,
anyway, so
for
it's
sure.
fine.
I think the
Michael,
most
I'm
I've
sorry.
seen is
Vlogger.
like the few times I've been to like Washington D.C. Like I'll occasionally see people like vlogging at like events.
Cool.
I don't know if that's cool. They're in the way. I'm just trying to get to the
I'm not
museum.
in a way.
So,
Like,
question: is he wearing headphones, or is everyone in the store
I
hearing
have
this
earbuds.
right now?
I have earbuds.
Okay. Because one of those options was more hilarious than the other, being like, "I'm not gonna have video, but I will make sure every employee hears this."
Hell,
Oh no, Michael, you
I
didn't
got-
offend somebody, and sorry, I know my tone's sarcastic, and that doesn't always come across. I assume you were reacting to me, but yeah, no, you're all good.
Oh, Into the Woods. Josh, have you seen Into the Woods yet?
no.
into the woods.
Which
What's that?
did you watch the film? Did you actually? Because you said you saw a musical. Did you actually go and see a performance of it?
Excited to
really
find
do.
out.
Like the music for that. I like how, I need to listen to more Stephen Sondheim. Just because from what I heard in that, I liked how many themes, like the songs would sound a little bit weird and wonky at first, but it was because they were referencing other songs, or like somebody would say a word in the note, or like for that word, the notes they would use would be the same like notes or melody from a different song, like in the middle of that one, like, and it was a character defining thing that happened before. So like if you like listen to it again once you know everything, it's like, oh wow,
So sad.
there's a lot of things going on here that aren't being said, but it's all just through the music itself. So I really like anytime they use Alone, because like Alone is a big thing where it's just like, oh, I love that. Anyway,
Is it there?
Oh my god.
Oh!
Look at him. This,
Stop. Terrible.
oh,
you know what? You
Gotcha.
can't say it's terrible because they still have the good grocery carts.
They could have it on display. Once they do that.
also, look at
It's got the shitty spicy shit.
Oh, hello, Brian.
How was it? Also, Fluffy, how was it seeing it live in Broadway?
And yeah, I'm
Oh,
very
something's really
jealous of
good,
that.
right?
Like,
Because I've seen
extremely
recording of
jealous
it. It was
of
really cool. Like, I really liked it seeing it live.
Very good. Okay.
I still like. I'm again. Beetlejuice the musical would be fun. Hades Town. I'm so angry at Brian's older sister because she got to go. She had she was asked on a date to go see Hades Town, and she was like, I don't want to go. Like, there's so much context for why that was funny. But also when she got there, because we did end up convincing her, it was front row seats, and she like. I'm so bitter. I'm so bitter.
I'm very bitter. I know.
I don't know. I feel like I
Enough.
actually don't like getting front row seats to events like that. Maybe I'm just weird.
You know
Oh,
what?
I know that's true.
No, you know what?
But I always
That-
prefer
that
like
could
back
be fair.
seats. That way I can see the whole thing. Like I usually like some of the more farther away seating for like plays and shit.
I was gonna say I like that for films, especially because sometimes there will be certain shot compositions that you don't really get unless you're sitting like far enough away. Like the first time I saw Rebellion from Madoka Magica, like there were certain things where it was clearly referencing something, but because of how large the screen was and how close we were up front, I just didn't get the imagery until I saw it a second time further back, and I was like, oh, okay.
If you watch a movie, you go in the middle all the way to the back. All the way.
No. Oh, all the way to the
That's
back,
great.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, for that, I'm not sure how it would work with Hades Town, because Hades Town is kind of a interesting set where they want it to feel very like lively, and it's yes, part of it is the stage design of it all, but like I don't it's hard to describe. They went for something different. It's not trying to be this huge thing. It's trying to be very intimate. So I think being up close would be better for that one specifically. But maybe not front row.
When have I ever cared about intimacy? Let me see the diorama size sentences.
No,
Like-
God. Oh my god.
I want to
That
be
went
so
two
far
different
back,
places.
I see everything.
That went two different places.
I'm with the art critic.
Michael, we need a Goldilocks here. You've got the Goldilocks opinion. That's great. I disagree.
I agree with this.
But
Middle's the best, I will say, for me. As well.
Why would you not pick the middle?
you bottom. No. Middle. Like not the back row middle, but like middle and in the middle.
Pure center.
Okay.
Yeah, see, Ian's disappointment of being like, oh, I get it now. I get why Shane is disappointed. It should be enough. I'm not disappointed in you, Michael, to be clear.
Fine.
It's just me, don't worry.
Usually, if I'm like in a theater, I go about 3/4 of the way up.
That's fine.
So, Josh, I think part of it too is that, like, how many times do you go to a theater and there's more than like 5 people there?
They open.
What do you mean, Faye?
Just knowing your interests every time you've posted and like when you take time out of your schedule to actually go see a film. From what I know, it's because it's showing there for a very like limited amount of time, you know, like a single showing on a random ass weekday night.
It's
So
always like a Wednesday.
it's always a Wednesday, yeah.
Of course.
Which
Is that the
there's one I'm gonna try to go to this Wednesday, actually.
Okay. Best of time people are going to be there.
so wait, Wednesday? Are you saying like Wednesdays are like the best day to go, or is that like the only
No,
time
for
the show
Fathom
going
events,
better?
they
No, that's when they.
throw it in the middle of the week, and it's a one-night
Yes.
showing thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
they
just
have enough
gotta
stuff to throw
just
in
go.
there.
Well, I'm
The need
completely-
to
And that's awesome, Foofy. I've only seen like the Disney movie, but I apologize because I know it's apparently not good, and I know people are like, oh, James Corden, and he's probably annoying in real life, but he's very attractive to me. So
He was alright in the film, I will say. He was alright.
Track.
y'all, he is. I'm sorry. I know my taste. It is what it is. But I was impressed. I really liked it, and the more I listened to it, I was like, I really like this.
Look at my plates.
Oh my god, Ian.
I didn't show it. Sorry.
Good.
But for me, this is not a statement on like a it's not a universal statement. Like absolutely not.
Ryan, don't say that.
That's an argument.
What do you think?
That Fane
Well,
has
no,
bad
see,
taste.
like that's
Because Fane likes him.
You didn't need to say that part.
Oh my god.
It was that.
So if you don't have as much experience with the show, maybe even if you've been like, I think theater people don't love it. But I'm like not really fully theater people. Sometimes
You're not a
they
theater
scare
kid?
me. Theater kids scare me. I was a band kid.
Do you ever sit there and you meet someone and you're like, something's a little bit off, and then you find out that they were a theater kid?
Okay.
Josh, oh my
There's a
God.
moment. There's a moment in 13 Sentinels and Willie's playthrough where like that exact thing happened. Where they're like, you know what? She was probably in theater, and like she's talking, and Willie's just running around. And this is a moment I didn't get while she was talking. She follows you everywhere, but there's a certain screen where, because it's like kind
You
of
can walk away from
restricted,
her?
she just leaves. Yeah, she can leave. If you walk away from her while she's talking, she says, "Wait, but I wasn't finished."
I wasn't done talking. Yes, I wasn't done talking. It was so.
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
wasn't
God.
talking, and they both died. And this was immediately after they had made the theater kid comment, and it was just like it was such.
Oh no,
perfect
she's a theater
timing.
kid. Like,
I love Erica Iba. She's my favorite 13 Sentinels character. What a fucking mess. Anyway.
Also, Ian loved the house tour. You got more.
oh, is the
Wow.
opposite for you, Brian? I don't know. Like, I mean, I hated both. Like, I hated the band kids and I
Who
hated
the fuck was that?
the theater kids.
Brian, were you in theater?
Oh, that's a question. That's a question, Brian, and we need an answer to that one.
Yes, because I had friends in both.
I don't even think our school had any sort of theatre sort of shit.
Fluffy, we're like
that's cool.
basically all of us here are some form of band kid. It's actually a little weird.
You're a sports boy, Brian. What sport?
He
What's
was.
Brian the
football?
That's right, I
jock.
forgot.
Okay,
He did
all
track.
right.
He did track. I forgot about that.
Track and field.
Okay,
Oh,
Jock. Yeah, we had
He's
sports.
still a
guys.
sports guy. Because he's dropping 10-pound weights on his head and thinking, "Oh, I don't need to get this checked. I'm fine. I don't have a concussion, probably."
Hard heads. I have a really hard head, so
I
That's
mean,
fine. like if I ever had to get into a fight, I would totally use my head as a weapon, for sure. You just the head fight. You aim for the nose, keep the forehead to the nose, not like forehead to forehead.
This is
Okay.
this is very true.
Straight headbutt.
Yeah, I've never gotten a fight, but if I have, use the forehead.
well, I
Oh.
played clarinet. I played clarinet. I
Gay.
yeah, I know. Josh, when he says his instrument, oh my god, it will make sense to everyone.
No, I'm laughing because that was
Uh,
what Darian played when he played in concert.
I know, and I know that, and it fits. Don't tell him that, like, he can't know that part of the reason I'm defending him so much is it's just because I'm like, if I can't be nice to myself, who will?
Yeah, but he was a quitter.
I mean, Josh, I said I played clarinet for a reason. I accidentally left the clarinet my mom bought me on graduation day at the music room, and somebody called and be like, "Hey, can I keep this? Since you're graduating?" And I was like, "No, I need to get that," and then I just never did. And my mom,
God.
like every once in a while, she'll be like, "I still think about the clarinet," and it's just like,
But did you like were you in band through the entire like time in school?
Oh yeah, I was. I did orchestra too for like
Yeah,
the school. Like
Darian
when we
quit
got.
partway through.
Oh, that. I want to say that makes sense, but also knowing the school you went to, I feel like quitting is sometimes maybe the best option. I don't know what his experiences were.
He said that he
but it
legitimately
sounds
like regretted it.
Okay,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
because it does just sound like you had you went to a really shitty school. It's like the vibes that I get, but I don't know if maybe it was just you.
I think it was just a just me kind of thing.
Okay. Well, like, I don't. Okay. That happens sometimes. There was, like, a kid a lot of people would pick on, who I was friends with, although sometimes he would annoy me when he, like, started playing flute in history class, like,
What?
before
That's
the bell
hysterical.
rang.
Nice.
And I was just like, I can't handle this today. Oh my gosh. It was a lot. He was a handful at times. For sure. But yeah, a lot of people shout on him unfairly. And not for the things that they should have. Anyway.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me. I was watching a Castle Super Beast clip with Pat and Wooly, and they were they were doing like the reader questions, and somebody brought up a documentary that I haven't seen, and they hadn't either, and they went to describe it about how like 40 or so years ago, the director of the documentary was like in a class, and in that class there was this one kid who everyone bullied, and it was really awful, like terrible. And so like it was trying to figure out why everyone picked on him and like why everyone was so mean, and for this movie they didn't contact him, they didn't really like come to a resolution. They end the film, which is I guess like 30 or 40 minutes long, with being like, you know, I'm gonna write you this letter, but I'm not gonna send it because at the end of the day, this isn't about you. It's about us and what we went through. And like some of them are like, yeah, well, my parents had a divorce, and like it was basically just them giving excuses as to why it was okay that they bullied this kid.
Okay.
Oh man. And like all of the comments, like there's reviews are trying to be nice to it, and then you see comments like if you go on Reddit, everyone is just like, what the fuck were these filmmakers even trying to do? They look so evil here. And it's just great. I love saying that.
Incredible.
Now Josh just needs to have a Snoop Dogg moment to make Wooly laugh. It's not going to. There's my favorite video of Wooly is when they're talking about Soulja Boy being like, hey, I'm gonna release a console. And then Pat, like, something brings up a different thing. Wooly's like, oh yeah, haha. And it's like, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Snoop Dogg. It's like, what? I didn't hear. And he sends him an article. Wooly like reads the first two like words from the title, and he just starts laughing for almost a minute straight. And I sometimes just watch this video, just for that moment to make myself feel good. It's him. Snoop Dogg has his audio off, and his fans can't warn him. And it was like apparently like he just was streaming for a week with no audio. And people, and because his chat is like emo only, everyone was trying to be like music and like the X sign, like the no sign on Twitch. But he is like fucking high all the time and not paying attention. And eventually, like his friend had to like come over, knock on the door, and be like, "Hey, I was watching this. Let me just fix this."
Incredible.
Beautiful.
You guys hear about Howie Mandel on TikTok?
No.
He posted a video where he's like green screening his face in the background is literally a prolapsed anus, and he's just like, "Yo, like my friend, like this happened to him. Like, is it like COVID related?" And he's just talking. There's a big prolapsed anus right behind him, and to my knowledge, it's still live. It's still there on TikTok.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I love that. The internet can be so fun. And yes, Floofy, I respect the hell out of percussionists just because of like rhythm in general is something people don't always get, but like you kind of have to play against rhythm in its own way. Like you're following a rhythm, but you kind of have to follow it to go against it. Create it for others. I don't know. It's weird. Drums, just percussion in general, is very just like difficult.
I loved playing the drums on Rock Band, but I hated the foot pedal because I could never get it in sync. Like it just was always terrible and hard to get on sync with everything else.
Okay. I was just sitting. My phone came off of its charger. Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. My phone's at 4%.
Oh
So what I was gonna
Some things
say.
never change. That's fine.
Facts.
That's awesome, Michael. Violin's great. One of my friends who like we kind of bullied each other at first, and then it's like, oh no, we actually like each other. That actually happened with two friends. One of them is like, I'm going to her wedding, in September. This other one, but she played clarinet too. The one that I'm going to the wedding to. The violinist was like somebody in middle school. She was awesome and snarky and fun, and they're awesome. I don't know. People who play violin seem really cool, or like really pretentious, but usually it's.
They have the right to be. It's a violin.
It is. Do I get that more from from like male viola players? Maybe. Cello players are cool. You're getting you're getting into more percussive territory with cellos at times, just because of how much body it takes.
It's an investment because it's giant.
Yeah, because it's not just about like that's the other thing. Like with percussion, with certain instruments, it's body too.
It's fine, Brian. It's fine.
Oh, you didn't, Brian? I'm sorry. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And oh yeah, the reason my phone like almost dying was bad is because I haven't even had anything to drink yet. So if we're gonna get to like the guest request, I'm gonna need to like present it in the best proper way. So like as I am now, I'm too normal to present it. I mean, you don't need to say it. Stelky, this is the second time you didn't need to say it.
Okay.
Come on.
Sorry.
It's just like, Josh, he has to go do something. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
just something.
And we all know he's gonna take a piss, and every single time Stelky's like, just say you're gonna go take a piss.
Just say it. Just fucking say it. Like, why dance around it? Just fucking say piss.
It's
Oh my
funnier
God.
this way.
oh my god, is that more?
Well, because it's the problem is you could just. I will say this: your word choice is so sketch because you can just say, "Hey, I'll be right back. Give me a minute." But you said, "I gotta go do something. I'll be right back." That's a
sounds
very
So
in the thing you're doing. It seems like you're prepping something when you say, "I gotta go do something." Like, "Oh no, I forgot to do this chore." Like that sort of thing. Where it's just like, oh, this is intrusive and not in a way that I could have predicted. Like, I get that you could apply that to bodily functions, but it's not quite the same thing. And Josh played sax. What was it? Was it alto?
I played the alto,
Okay. And that makes so much sense for you.
which meant
Yeah,
I was
alto is
playing
pretty bad.
everything except for the alto saxophone.
Of course.
Because most bands don't need the alto sax part, but they're usually missing like the French horn and stuff. So like every band director I've ever had will actually like he'll write the French horn part but in the key for the alto sax and then just give that to the alto sax section.
Okay.
Or he'll be like, the clarinet section is too weak this year, so I wrote a new part for the saxophone, and it's the clarinet section.
Adaptive.
Yeah, I almost played the twirly thing, whatever you just said.
Oh, the French
so
horn?
many of us were playing.
Yeah, there we go.
French horns are cool.
Yeah, my band director
God.
would always be yelling at the clarinet section. So maybe it was a good thing that like in high school, like band. So maybe it's a good thing that Darian quit while he was in middle school, because I don't think he would have been able to
Oh
deal with
my god.
the.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
When you
that would
said
not
he
be
quit partway through, I thought you meant like sophomore year.
Oh no! Like he quit in middle school, and then like would constantly be like, "Oh, I should." Like he tried to get back into band in high school, but then wasn't able to because like when you take a break,
'cause
that
they
immediately means that you can't go in.
Yes. Yeah.
And he was like,
Oh my god, he's never
"Aw."
finishing Final Fantasy VI. It's just not happening. Oh my god.
Sorry about
I hate this.
Oh, did you guys play Klonoa?
So we didn't.
Wow.
And
Is-
the
did
reasoning
he
is like
say-
it did not record very well.
Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the cutscenes aren't voice acted and play automatically, and it was really difficult for us to follow what was happening
Oh,
while like
Right.
doing a
and
playthrough.
that's kind of a
So we were like, oh, if
And-
we do this, we'll just stream it instead. Because that
Okay.
feels like a
Yeah.
better environment for that. Because we like tried, we like rebooted the game and looked online to see if there was a way to like, because it's all the cutscenes are text based, but the text proceeds automatically no matter what. There's no
Right.
option to change that.
right.
So like we couldn't like be reading the text fast enough, and it's awkward for us to be just like silently speed reading to figure out like.
Yeah, no, I think that's the best idea for that. And honestly, if you don't get to play it for the channel, I think that's okay. Like, really, because Darian wants to go in and have a good time. Like, he really loves this series, so like, it wouldn't be great if he was
Yeah,
just
that's
doing
why
this
he's
and being,
played,
having a
like,
frustrating.
He's been only playing Klonoa 2 for the past few days, like on his own time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
he's
time he
into
could have been
inflation.
using
it's
on
because
something else, but
He's into inflation. That's why he likes it.
Pretty well.
for multiple
Well,
reasons,
it's fine.
Tyson. It's because it's like one, like what the fuck? There's a remake coming out for it. It's a remaster remake. They upgraded the visual or downgraded the visuals to style people preferred for the second one. So it's like half port, half remake sort of thing. But also they're like, hey, if this does well, we'll consider more Klonoa in the future. Wink, wink. Which means, oh yeah, this series is absolutely dead, and they're just like capitalizing off of existing games. When people say that, no amount of fans will ever give like the money that is needed.
oh yeah,
But now the fans are like, you gotta play Klonoa. Gotta do it. Which is why I know that Darian isn't a true fan, because if he was, he would have made you buy your own copy to support the series' future.
no, he would have bought it for me.
That's true. I just thought it would be nice if you could play it in your downtime, Josh.
Well, he's lending me his copy of Mass Effect.
Andromeda?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Does he only own Andromeda? Is a question that I need to ask.
I don't know. I didn't ask. He just said that he owned Andromeda, and I was like, "Yo, let me have that."
Perfect. I can't wait. Oh my god.
won't even have fun.
You don't know that.
Don't dare say, "Oh, because streams, there's no mentor." No, shut up. It's terrible.
Yeah, but it's not.
And your streaming setup is so
Ian?
shit too. You won't even be able to hear what's going on. You'll just be like reading
Ian?
dialogue, not paying attention.
Ian.
It's going to be
Ian.
awful.
Isn't that what you
Ian.
want?
No.
Ian, he wouldn't have the best time with the original either.
You don't know that.
But also, you're going to be more biased with Andromeda's failures than he will as somebody who hasn't played the other games. Because it's not what people wanted out of it. But you know what? He might enjoy it for completely different reasons.
Well, that doesn't matter. A shit game is still going to be a shit game.
There have been people who do like it, and I've seen arguments about how
No.
it's handled certain relationships in interesting ways. So,
Like, interesting or good?
you know what? That's a distinction I'm not going to make because I don't have the authority to respond to that. And it is actually a relevant question because I can definitely look past good. I can, if it's interesting, I can look past something
not
being
being
bad.
good.
Like,
Not being good.
Pretty Little
Gameplay department,
Liars.
it's bad, Josh. It's
Okay.
bad.
That is what I'm getting from that argument.
Oh, wait. No, Josh.
Huh?
Tyson just said if you enjoy it, he will buy you the entire trilogy remake, which is the Legendary Edition. So that means
okay.
you now have a goal. Enjoy it, and you get free games.
Would you do it for free games though?
And
Would you?
so, do you know how Star Wars: The Force Awakens has this thing where it's like it's just the first one all over again, just slightly different. Apparently, this one is like that, where a lot of the story beats, the ultimate like plot, is very much just leading up to something where it's like it's different names, but this is just the first game all over again.
Ian,
So,
I need a second opinion.
You won't get that experience
I
if
never
you
beat
haven't
it.
played the original.
I
Oh,
never
lit.
beat it because I hated it. I played like maybe 12
Yeah,
hours.
come on.
I hated it. It was bad. I couldn't do it.
Wow, that's so
but-
reasonable.
I'm gonna have to get.
But you're
Steam
you're so biased against it.
Why?
There was so much discourse at the time, and you bought into the discourse.
I bought it day one and I played it. Okay?
Yeah, but you also bought into the discourse.
I didn't have Discord then.
Oh, fast.
Discourse.
Discourse.
I know.
Oh my god.
I gave it a fair shot and it was
Oh,
bad.
Tyson finished it. How did you think of it? Was it like in faint comparison to Star Wars?
Well, one, you never want to compare anything to Star Wars, right? Like, bottom line.
Yeah, but Josh, wouldn't it be funny if you're like, no, I do like the sequel better than the original? Like that seems on brand for you. Not. Sorry, when I'm saying that, I'm saying about like Star Wars. That context. Not,
I
like,
ended up
sequels
liking
to
the
games
mid-quel
you
in
love.
Star Wars more than anything else.
No, I know, but and which a lot of people feel that way about Mass Effect 2, really. Yeah, Chuck was saying mechanically the combat is better than the first 3 games, but the open world kills it, which I mean makes sense since it was supposed to be a like No Man's Sky sort of thing where it's like you can go to infinite planets, and then it's like, oh, feature creep. Well, I guess we'll just make it like 6, but it's open world now.
I think the combat was good. It didn't play well. Like,
But maybe it didn't play well for your build.
no, just the actual gameplay didn't play.
I don't hear that from a lot of people, actually.
Well, they're wrong.
What'd you hear?
Stupid.
What do you hear, things?
No, I've heard that like the gameplay, there were elements of it that are just that do work, but like the fact that it was so rushed, the fact that like the presentation is so like off, like it's better and worse at the same time. Like the graphics look better, but it's not. It was built using an engine because it was forced to use Frostbite, which is like a proprietary thing that was mostly for sports game, to build an RPG. So like they didn't even have like the tools to like have dialogue like the normal dialogue they like Unreal Engine or other engines might have. So it looks better, but like the character models were like bugging out. You would get like really wonky things happening. There's just like a lot of like weird stuff going on with that game. And again, what people think of when they think of Mass Effect is not like the gameplay is part of it, but I think what sticks with people is the characters and the ultimate like experience of it, which is why a lot of people hate 3, despite from a lot of people now going back to it saying it's pretty decent up until like the last third of the game. Obviously the ending ruins a lot, but like there's a lot of character stuff too that's fairly fulfilling. If you like Kai Lang didn't exist.
I'm hearing a lot of ifs there.
Yes, but no. Oh, you know what? Here, I'm going to add another one. It's pretty good if you got the DLC and did the extra missions.
So it's a bad game. That's all I'm hearing now.
Because it was built. The way the DLC works is you can like play it. It's meant to be played during the game, while you're still experiencing the story. So like certain characters will fit in and have extra dialogue. Like there's a new crew member you can get who has like a lot of new dialogue and plays off of things. Yeah. So it's just like they realized there's a problem, so they tried to help with that. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with the 4th game. Fourth BioShock game. Oh, sorry, that's completely separate, and that's also
cancel it.
I'm curious about that. No, it's happening.
It was so good, so good.
Oh, 4th BibleShack. Come on, let's go.
No.
Yeah, so that's the thing, Choppa. From what I understood from you, because I just watched the Salt Factory video, so like I know so much information now. I'm like an expert on this game I never touched. It seemed like every time they showed him, I kept forgetting he was DLC until like every once in a while it would be brought up. Specifically, there's a moment with Liara later on where it's like it's really weird that like she just doesn't mention it. But if you bring him with her, suddenly those scenes make a little bit more sense. Because he has dialogue completely. No, I know, but I'm just saying.
That was fair, yeah.
Yeah, like that's part of like going back to it. The 3rd game is it's better than like what was originally thought of it. They did try and adjust it, and in meaningful ways, it seems like, other than the ending. But like. Yeah.
I didn't know Javik was DLC.
So from what I've heard, Floofy is
like
it's gonna be
okay.
like Arctic themed was the rumor, which seems actually kind of interesting. I'd be interested in that sort of setting. For a BioShock game. I don't know exactly what would go on, but of course, like, it'll release when Half-Life 3 does.
Isn't there like a System Shock property coming out or something? Wouldn't more people be interested in that than BioShock?
No.
I mean, the BioShock fans probably don't even know what that is.
Yes, they do. Are you kidding me?
They're too young.
I think it depends on the which. Like you have the BioShock fans that are BioShock fans because System Shock doesn't exist anymore. Like those people exist, and then you have the babies who like played like BioShock
Infinite,
like when it first came out.
Yes, they played that game that came out 15 years ago. Yes, like who at minimum, if they were playing a game, are in their 20s now. when it came out. Like
Yeah.
pure babies, those people in their 20s.
Very
Yeah.
big.
Josh,
That's how this works.
the System Shock, if they've played Bioshock, they know what System Shock is because, sorry, if they loved Bioshock, they know what System Shock is. Even if they kind of enjoyed it, they know what it is because, like, you couldn't avoid. Did you know this is actually like a spiritual successor to System Shock? Like, it's actually a lot of what you liked is actually in System Shock too. Like, no, that was a thing back in the day.
That still is a thing. What are you talking about?
I know it is, which is why people know
And
what it
bless
is.
those fans.
But people have
like, keeping the dream
and
alive.
people have gone back. People have gone back and they're like, oh, you know what? I can see where it got the inspiration, but it's not quite there. Apparently, Prey picks up a lot of what System Shock was going for.
Prey is so fucking good.
I've heard the ultimate ending to that story is kind of like fucking awful for everything it was setting up before that. But other than that, it's great.
Yeah. And the end of the game's like really rushed and like you have to like run between areas so fucking much. It's a hassle. But like up to that point, it's really good.
I didn't even know about
Yeah,
System Shock
Floofy, that
right,
makes
right
sense.
now.
What?
Okay, but
System Shock has one of the most
Sophie-
like iconic video game villains of like all time.
I don't
And
know anything about
I only,
it.
just,
To be
I
honest
only
with
learned
you.
about it right
Yeah.
now when I googled it. So
I don't know if I'd go that far.
So much was like inspired from. Like, I don't remember her name. Damn.
Wow.
She inspired what's her name from that
Wow.
other game because I don't remember her name either.
Oh my gosh, Josh, what do you have against
Elizabeth.
women?
who am I looking up here? I don't.
What's your problem with women, Josh?
You
Yeah,
know,
Josh.
we're not gonna get into
Huh?
that. So,
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Now come on, Josh.
No, he did. No.
The library's
no,
open.
This is genuine. No. That is actually like he doesn't. But like there are specifically women in high school from what he's mentioned before on streams where it's just like, oh, I can see why for a while there, you went kind of back into the closet. Even like you never officially came out, but like you were open enough before, and then like regressed a bit there. So like that's a personal thing. I don't think that influences this.
no.
That
of
was
course
mostly
not.
me joking, but like yeah, like so you get serious. We don't need to get into that though.
I was thinking about one certain one. Don't worry about that.
Okay. I'm very excited for his little gun. So that's the thing. So Tyson was talking about this character, not to like completely, because we can go back in a second to other things. Like this dino has
Oh, so
many
it's not.
guns.
It's not the same dino. This one is a different one.
Okay,
Is this
well
the one
then
with the
that's
tiny
disappointing. No.
So
Aw.
the reason being is I'm theming the units that I'm using, and the one you're thinking of is a Stride.
Okay, but Josh, that one had so many guns on its back. It could like destroy so many cities, so many people. It had nothing to fear. But then it also had a handgun.
It also had a little axe
Oh, how adorable.
that doesn't reach past his head, so I don't know what the purpose is.
How
And
adorable.
Floofy, that's fine. System Shock is like the fact that you know what it is means like you're already good if you ever go to like a trivia night.
Yeah,
If you ever,
yeah,
like,
Tyson.
did-
He's thinking of Glocksaurus, and I'm doing Tyranno Legend right now. Because you can
Dilophosaurus.
call Tyranno Legend off of Baby Tyranno.
Tyson,
The baby Tyranno? Oh,
I have a
Yeah,
serious
you
question.
murder the Baby Tyranno to call Tyranno Legend from the deck.
oh, absolutely. Let's just go killing babies. Let's go.
That's yeah.
Uh,
Oh god.
That's the
Kill the
playstyle
big-
of
yes, yes,
Big Mama.
Tachikaze. You murder your own units. For
I have a
effects.
question for you.
Kill the baby.
Yeah, I thought about doing Spino Driver, and then I'm like, you can't call Spino Driver. Like, it would be an awful to call Spino Driver off of Baby Rex. That, and I remembered how many fucking patterns are on Spino Driver and went, you know what? No. So we're not doing that. But at least this way it makes a little more sense, since you can call Dark Destroyer off of Farm Girl, and you can call Tyranno Legend off of Baby Tyranno, so it works a little bit better here. Reminds you of Grimlock.
That's great.
That makes sense. He's a Robo Dino.
Beast Wars. I did watch Beast Wars.
Which one?
I think I watched, weren't there 3 seasons of it? I think I watched most of them.
I say that jokingly because there are Japanese-only installments.
Okay,
Really?
well, obviously, Josh, I'm basic when I talk about Felicity, the show, which was J.J. Abrams, who eventually went on to do Star Trek and the 2 of the Star Wars sequels movies. One kind of well, it's the first one, so this is just a great starting point, and a third one, which is okay. He had this show. He also did Lost, which was a sci-fi philosophical bullshit thing that I had adored for 3 seasons, and they killed a character I thought was cute and was I'm done. I saw that We Have to Go Back meme, and then I was done. That was it. He had a show, Felicity, one of the funniest fucking shows, and I will talk about that later because now that I'm thinking about it, it's great. But one of the ways to sell it is that for certain people, you can be one of the main characters was actually the Pink Ranger, and that wouldn't mean anything to you. That wouldn't affect your decision. It's a basic way to get into the show, because the show is actually very funny about a person making the worst decisions of her entire life, and it just constantly failing in every way possible. And
But
it's
which
just
Pink
what a
Ranger?
great premise for the show. From the Power Rangers, from the first one, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Which Pink Ranger?
Are you talking Kimberly?
Yes,
Oh,
of course.
okay.
So no, I know he has Tyson, but he's
I've
gone
seen a
on rants
lot of
before
seasons
here.
of Power Rangers,
Yes.
Tyson.
he.
No.
It's not just some. See, here's the thing. He wouldn't have such a strong opinion if he didn't watch many of the others, which is why he can be oh no, this time where they mostly just followed the plot of it, of the Japanese, of Super Sentai, it was actually a pretty good season, when they basically just copied what they were already doing, the thing that worked. He's seen enough to be bitchy in that way.
Yeah, that's the reason why Time Force is the
He's
best
not just an
installment of
elitist.
Power Rangers.
He's yes. Which is why I can't wait for him to eventually play Persona 5 in English. Not on stream.
Oh no, it would be on stream. Fuck you.
Oh my god. What
Just so you
RPM
can
though? RPM was
eventually-
pretty good.
Just so you can eventually understand why
Even RPM was the
Ryuji
last
guy-
season I liked.
Yeah, it's so good. But
I haven't liked anything post RPM.
when was RPM actually?
Wait.
Before I go into the thing I was open to getting to.
2007, I think. It was either 2007 or 2008.
So yeah, so when I worked at Disney World, they definitely had RPM Rangers come out in vehicles. I know it wasn't the latest one, but it was one of the latest ones.
That was the last one by Disney, I think.
Okay, then that was definitely what it was. So they would come out in their cars, and I would take pictures of them with guests on the streets of New York at Hollywood Studios, which was just hysterical. That was one of my favorite shifts because it was so stupid. I was there when Disney lost the rights, so we got to go backstage and be this is the last performance, and just hang out with them in costume for a bit, which is rare because they would come out in a vehicle, so we rarely got to actually hang out with those characters. That was fun.
Yeah,
Anyway,
RPM was just
my
such
point-
a solid series.
You had-
Fuck.
Tyson said you had a question thing.
Yes, that's what I was getting to. My question was,
Okay.
Tyson, do you have a microphone?
Oh my god.
And this is important because if you're not as much of a coward as Darian, I hope it doesn't have to be tonight, but I hope you eventually do come on stream because we need, a broader audience. Josh wants his numbers to go up. He says he doesn't, but he's Sundari. He's Sundari. I say Sundari, because of Joseph Anderson. He does. He just doesn't want to admit it. So on his behalf, we need some straight energy here, even though it's Ian basically covers that demographic, but
What?
Yeah, exactly, Tyson.
Why I give off straight energy?
Token straight. Oh my god.
You
Insulting.
really do, except minus if it wasn't for the piss, yes. But the piss is I think we're past that at this point. Darian is too bi-curious. If it's only done by curious, I don't know. The world may never know. It's like getting to the center of a Tootsie Pop. The world may never know. So we need the person who Josh. Before you even watched any of the videos, Josh was talking about you one time, and he was like, "Yeah, I have this friend who I would go to tournaments, and sometimes I would play for him, and we met, and he's like, all of my friends turn out to be gay. That's so annoying." And then Josh was laughing internally before you knew. So that's what I think of you. It's just you know what, you already you know what to expect. You've been training for this role your entire life.
Do I not give off straight energy?
Ian, how do
you
feel
have an Xbox. You're the token Xbox
What?
player as well.
Ian, how do you feel that you give off?
That was an Xbox kid.
You
give off straighter
drove to
energy
multiple
than
stores. You
Darian.
drove to multiple stores to get Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
And he wasn't there.
I know.
Fucking
I'm just
amazing.
saying, Ian, I love you. You were everyone's oh, I just want somebody straight acting, and it's here's you, but also you are that ideal, but also they don't actually want that.
I need to
How do you
get
feel?
a gay twang with my voice.
No, you don't. You need to stay yourself, because I'm pretty sure even when you're 40, you're still going to come off perpetually 23, which is great. I like that.
Oh my god.
How
I
you
mean, I
feeling
guess
about
that's
this, Ian?
better
How you
than
feel
coming
that?
off as 16 forever.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, people don't suspect I'm gay, so I guess.
Because even again, I associate guys wearing nail polish with a certain demographic of straight guys and not necessarily gay guys. Because usually if the difference between a gay guy who does their nails and a straight guy who does their nails is usually the gay guy will also be wearing makeup.
I would never try to learn that. That's too much work.
I know, but that's just
I've never done
how
that.
in my head I realize a lot of this is just bullshit stereotyping, because obviously that's not the case. Just from what I've experienced. No. There is, and that's probably it too. Paint and acrylic. I'm sorry. The bi thing, yeah, I know. I do recognize that as being accurate, because some of those people are. But usually we'll talk about it. Because there's also ones who are very, very straight, and they give off similar energy to Ian. And it's through conversations. I don't know what it is. Because, bi people are they tend to be really cool, but really weird.
I don't know, they tend to be more
Darian.
relaxed about things, I find.
Yeah, pretty much.
More laid back.
Yeah. It's
I'm laid back and relaxed.
perpetually a stoner without weed.
Is Zeke bi? Or is he just the stone?
You know what? That's a good question. It's
I can see him as bi. I
funny.
will be honest. I can see it.
I know, me too. I can actually see that really easily.
What about how is our how is this boy?
Which one? Oh,
Zeke,
Ziku.
he's bi. I can see bi.
I think, yeah,
Other two gay as hell, but him bi.
yeah. Middle one is gay, but he doesn't care that he is. He's like, relationships are like the last thing on his mind because his mind is like video games.
He's a true gamer. Like he under
He
sexuality, he puts in gamer.
Okay, Josh. Before, so I've been like, I color your art a lot, but like, so for Vita, it's really easy, but for the others, what is if you were to color this in?
Faku.
If you were to color, even just, I kind of want you to do an example, or maybe just do like lines for it of like what the eye shape you imagine is, because I can kind of get the outlines and kind of like guess where it is, but I don't know exactly what you're going for. And so when I'm doing my colors, I don't know, and I kind of just guess for each one. I know, like, your art works as it is right now because everything's implied and you don't have to think about that. But if you were, like, what shape would you give it?
Like the eye itself?
Yeah, just the eye shape. Like, how much, like, compared to, like, the fur color to the eye. Like, the white part, essentially. It's the iris, whatever the out part is. Brian, if he was here, would know, since he had a pencil stuck in his eye for 2 years.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Are you like talking about like specifically on like Ross and Zeke because I don't complete the lines?
Exactly.
I guess it would depend on
Can
the
you
character and like how I'm feeling. It would take me to actually like sit down and think about the designs within a different space. So I don't think I could answer that like right now. Because I could do it like of two ways. I could do like the Scooby-Doo thing of just not have whites.
Yeah, that's the other thing, because that's what I was thinking with some of them, where I'm like, I don't actually know, because the designs would work that way. That's not how I read them, but I also, like, with classic Scooby-Doo, that is how it is, and it works for that. So I have been thinking about that, but, like, I haven't been doing that myself.
The whites, it's kind of like an implied shape, right? So it's like where like the rest of the lines are, but that does make for an odd, like, I would have to then like redraw some of the lines to make it make more sense within a colored space.
That's
kind of
like
one of those
part
things
of it
where
I'm
like I would have to legitimately like sit down and read, like design things in a more colored / more 3D space. So I would actually have to like consider that.
Right, because I was going to say, because sometimes I'm like, I think this is the right shape, but the way that the pupils are aligned don't necessarily line up with that, and it makes sense if it's just like there isn't white, if it's just the flat color or whatever I'm doing, but that's why I wanted to ask, just to be like, are you doing this with this in mind, or is it more of a just like a feeling thing of like, this feels right and this is like the general place, but I'm not going to put too much thought into it because I'm not getting good coloring yet.
I mean, that's usually how my mind works, but
okay,
like I guess I could go back and like really sit down, make actual models for designs, which would take that into account.
Maybe sometime, but yeah, for now I like being able to interpret things, but I was just curious since I don't think I've ever asked that, and that's something that's been coming up now that I've been doing it a little bit more often. Because I you know what, the other reason why I'm asking it is because our little Victor Vita, like, because it's so clearly defined with his little wonk.
Wait, Ian, you didn't know what Scott Pilgrim was?
I didn't
No,
know
I-
the abbreviation.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
I was gonna be like,
I
I've
was
seen the
going to
movie
say-
like once. I don't know
I was
anything
I was
about
gonna
it.
say like, wow, like you should count yourself blessed for not knowing.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
Holy shit! I
Uh,
like Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh,
almost-
I don't think any
That's
part of
what?
the brand is bad. I just found like the era of when it was popular really annoying.
Oh, you know what?
Oh really? Oh,
You didn't like Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlists? You're not a Juno fan?
I don't know what
sorry,
that
what
is.
else is popular? Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. You didn't watch live action stuff. You played Life is Strange instead, which is probably why you have a higher tolerance for that.
I don't know if I have a higher tolerance
Sorry,
for
not to
Life
call
is
you out.
Strange. I feel like
Josh.
it's more of the this shit is just
You do.
hilarious. Like I don't know, I have a lot of fun with it.
I have fun, but like it's also like maybe because not all of that is new that it becomes like I'm a little bit more impatient with it. Even when it's like it should be so bad it's good, I'm a little bit like I've seen this before.
No, for sure. Like I don't play it because I think it's original. I play it because I think it's funny that the old French man can't do teenager.
Right. Like any Quantic Dream game
That's
where
not
we
a
get to
Quantic
learn
Dream
about
game.
very. No, I know. I realize that. I'm saying like that where you don't play the game for the intended reason.
No, fuck that. that
You
game is
don't-
too poorly written for that. You know what? Blessed
Wowzers.
how many times they let me kill Chloe though. Feels pretty good.
No, Shopperman, I have two, and that adds to it. That adds to the painfulness. I don't like how it made hella popular for a bit, even if like a lot of that was mocking, because that's a very NorCal for SoCal thing. Because NorCal hella was a thing, and I'm from SoCal, and so every time I heard it, I was just like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you acting like this is normal?" And then it like began to catch on.
What was that line that you really liked in Life is Strange? Fuck yourself or something like that?
I love that line.
Go
It's
fuck
so
yourself.
bad.
Oh, go for yourself.
That's it, go fuck
It's
yourself.
go fuck
Okay,
yourself. It's so good.
Go fuck yourselfy. Go fuck yourselfy. She does, and that's part of the it's this franchise's biggest strength and the worst bit is that they've never been able to really kind of like get back to something like that, because they do try to introduce superpowers in each game, and every time it's like the second one they don't have you have the superpowers, you have like a younger brother who does, and you're a furry, which is very funny in the second game. I don't know if you played it, Josh. It's extremely funny how much of a furry he is.
I think my favorite
it's so
headline
bad.
for like True Colors is like it's the best Life is Strange game. That doesn't mean it's good. Like that's that I
Oh my
love
God.
that. I love that so much. Like when I read that headline, I'm like, perfect. Like,
It's a very you headline.
I
love
never
that.
want it to be good. Like if Life is Strange is ever good, something is wrong with the world.
It
Every
was so
single
fun,
time.
though. Like
Every
I loved
single-
it when like she beat the shit out of that dude. Like she
Oh
gets
no,
his
it's so
rage,
good.
and she
It's
goes
so-
fucking ham on him. Oh, I loved
It's
it.
so-
Yeah.
No, I have an amazing time every time I play a Life is Strange game. Like, oh,
It does. I don't, because like Chapo, I haven't heard that a lot from SoCal. I've heard it mostly from when like I'm talking to people in NorCal. So that's interesting. So I guess I just didn't have that experience. I don't know if you like. I didn't grow up like I grew up in a mid-sized town. Well, it had like 100,000 people, so it's like not a huge city, but it's not small either. I don't know. So maybe it's just a different place that it was. But also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the superpowers in the third game were annoying because they were actually interesting superpowers, but the way they describe it every single time, where it's like her superpower is empathy. It's like, no, it's not empathy. She's literally reading somebody's mind. She's just like, it gets to a point where it's just like, you need to stop saying that because it's hurting me so much.
Well,
for her
you
to
see,
just be
they
like, "No,
can't
I'm
just say
pathetic."
she's Raven from Teen Titans because no one knows who Raven from Teen Titans is.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, but they don't
Oh
know
my
that
God.
power set of hers
Okay, that's fair.
because they changed her powers for the TV series.
Oh, I guess Orange County makes a bit more sense. Not to. I'm a little judgy just because I think of Orange County and I think of like that giant ass cross driving through there, where it's just like, okay, where it's like they're so proud to be so conservative in Orange County.
Where's Orange
It's a
County?
weird in LA. Like, or near LA. It's technically like separate, but it's just
Why
like
is it orange?
there's like so many different. No, LA is an interesting place. I'll say that much. I live a couple hours away from there. I guess I'm closer to Central Coast than I am SoCal, but like it's basically SoCal. They do. They do, certainly. It's different things depending on what they need in that particular moment. Sometimes she takes on some of these emotions directly. Sometimes she's just literally reading their mind. Sometimes she's just like, I'm uncomfortable. It's just like, I don't know.
That's up, Tyson. You can hop in if you want. That's great.
Wait, is he saying in Discord
Yeah.
that he can join?
Voice chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be phone quality, but we're all used to that.
No, that's fine. We're all. Yeah,
I'm literally on my
and-
phone right now.
Better sometimes. Ads.
Shut up. I hate you. No, that's fair, Chaco. Are you still in California? Or did you move? Not. You don't have to say. You don't need to say, or like, especially not specifically. I'm just saying. I'd be curious because, yeah, there aren't too many. I guess because like I'm thinking of the Pervader Discord now because there's like 3 of us there, and I don't know if that was including you. I don't think it was. No, it definitely wasn't because I didn't. Okay.
Any
Okay.
Illinoisians in chat?
The Noisians.
Amazing.
Welcome.
The Discord beep.
Okay. So, yeah, a lot of like I have a lot of family that moved from California to Arizona. It's just kind of a thing that happens, which is weird, but yeah, nobody here, and again, nobody here calls it Cali, which is one of those things where it's just like, ooh, it shouldn't bug me, and it typically doesn't. But every time I hear it, I'm just like, oh, that sounds wrong. Why does that sound wrong? Oh, because nobody actually says it.
I believe I was called in here for 20 cc's of straight.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Welcome. We need
Beautiful.
this.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. You have. So one of the moments that defined this channel, like really, it's emblematic of the whole thing, is Josh was very demure at the beginning, just kind of like talking and being like, "Oh, I'll go with this. Ooh, this is kind of fun." But he was like very like reserved. And there's a moment, which you've probably heard us talk about it, where he's reading this novel, this visual novel. He's following the route of a different character, but then the character he secretly has been trying not to admit is his favorite. Uses a knife as a toothpick, and he for a second he flips and goes with a knife, and from like. He can't take it back. That moment, he was just like, all pretensions were gone because he keeps reading, and then like a minute later, he stops. He's like, I need to say something. I haven't been talking about how interested I am because I was afraid my friends were going to watch this and judge me for being a character. And that character was named Tyson. So it's great that you're bringing this legacy. You're living in a different way.
Ah, fucking terrible.
Tyson
I mean-
2.0.
I didn't know I was going to come in, and to its credit, I had no idea about most of this. The only reason I found out, he actually uses social media and uses his phone for things was another friend mentioned he had Twitter, and I'm like, okay, this sounds cringy enough. I have to see this.
Oh, yeah.
I was
do you
specifically told not to follow him by this
Amazing.
person.
And then you did.
And then I did.
Beautiful.
And then I found out about the YouTube channel.
Oh my god.
Josh, did you notice he had followed you? Did you know who it was when he did?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
So this was a later thing. Okay, so you didn't have that fear.
I didn't know he went by, like, Tyson online.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. And again,
And at that time, I was getting,
somebody
like,
named Tyson.
a like, steady amount of new followers. So I was just like, oh, whatever. I don't even read names.
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, that's fair.
No, Josh, you've totally never seen that one gauge mat for, playing cards I have that literally has it on the top.
It doesn't show me the banner when, like...
That's how much he doesn't care.
I
He
don't
doesn't pay
check.
attention.
He said,
It's like,
human? No. Woman? Absolutely not. And then he saw the Cosmos, which made him just completely turn off from that entirely.
oh yeah,
Look, Cosmos suck.
no,
Jack, you can't even play Umi Control because you're poor.
God,
wow.
Drag him.
Look, sonars are still, like, $13 each or something, I think. That's too much for a bad deck. Like,
I was gonna say, don't you buy like $80 Yu-Gi-Oh cards you never are going to play?
no,
just
I've
because
never
you're
bought
like,
I've never bought a Yu-Gi-Oh card more than $20, and it was only
Okay.
one time that I bought a card that was like
Yeah.
$20.
Okay. So you're not Tyson.
No.
Okay.
Hey, look, when your only personality is being funny and playing card games, you kind of need to pick which is which at one occasion.
Do you still have you sold
I
the
mean,
DPE
is it-
yet?
I okay. How can I say this? You cut out for a second there. Has he sold the what?
The DPE.
Not sure.
That
Between
sounds
that
like
and the
no.
Dragoon, which one needs to go first?
Dragoon has less utility. Now that Verte
is
is
it-
gone.
But is it still carrying a high price point because lol, my Dark Magician and lol, my Red Eyes' baby?
I haven't checked the price on Dragoon in a hot minute, so no
Why
idea.
would you? You wouldn't buy it.
Facts. I also wouldn't play decks that could use it.
Wow.
So no.
Very subtle way of calling him self-centered. I love it.
It's fine.
That's the energy we need. Also, I'm pretty sure
Yeah, oh my God.
collecting figurines is a personality type as well. That was the third pillar you didn't mention. Just based on the picture of your room that we've seen, I think that one is as likely to be a defining characteristic.
It would be if at this point, I could actually use them and they weren't just collecting space in the corner.
Well, no, that is the personality of someone who
But they're pretty
buys
to look at,
figurines. is like they have so much because it's just become a part of their daily life. Like it's just there that you just exist with it. It's part of you. You have less oxygen in your room because there's more things in it.
Well, between that and the crippling nicotine addiction.
Yeah, but
That's
you
it.
know what? That does give you energy.
In theory.
Does it?
I mean,
Does it though?
In theory, I guess
don't think
the
it really
one or two times that I have smoked, it like gave me some energy because it does interact with like certain.
Yeah, if it's like sparingly, but like if it's like
Yeah,
a
it's
constant
actually-
thing,
Yeah.
without it,
Yeah, if it's a
Way
constant
too
thing, it's like how I have kratom all the time, and like that doesn't really have the like mood effect anymore. It does help with pain a lot though, which is why I still take it. And I know I'm not gonna.
Do you ever
explain
get
what
your
that is. You
medication?
often do. Yeah. Well, wait, which one?
the
ADT
one you're
one?
substituting alcohol for.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yes.
Which
Good.
is why I
Okay.
barely had anything to drink tonight, which I still need to like because Josh is getting close to being done, and I need to prepare for like explaining what's going to be happening because we've gotten a request from like somebody who's been supporting you for a while now. Even if they don't follow you, even if they're not a Patreon supporter, they have supported the channel.
Okay.
In a major way, I would say.
Scary, but okay.
Mhm.
Everything has to be so cryptic. Like what the?
So
You know, it's just to set the mood for when we get there.
Oh my
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That request did upset one person.
Was this like a
So what you're
public
saying is
request? How many
saying-
people saw this?
No, it was a request on a kind of public Discord, not quite public Discord. It was on the Pervader Discord, but it was in a private channel there, so there's like not too many people have seen it, but like. So like Chapman has
How
seen
many
it.
people? Like,
I haven't
talk
told him what I
about
was
me?
discussing.
Like what?
Oh no, Josh, we don't talk about you.
Good.
It was the specific moment. Every once in a while, Carmen will mention, or people will mention something. But I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I will anyway.
I know you will, which is why every time you've been tagged, you're just like, "Oh no, what did I do?" Or like, "Oh no,
never anything
this
good.
is scary. This is scary," and it's like this person is like, these people tagging you are like fucking 4chaners, and you're like, "I'm so nervous. They're so intimidating." It's like,
No, that would be okay.
no,
That would be normal.
like you have like the main person, like Giga, who did the art for Pervader and wrote the story. Like he did fucking everything for Pervader. What am I talking about? He has like specifically like files from back in the day of like Morinatsu fan art he did from 4chan.
Oh, that's adorable.
Like, yeah, so like it's good company there. It's a bunch of just weirdos.
Oh god, why do Vanguard units have to have so many fucking lines?
So